Rage is not power. Rage is surrender. The man who believes his anger makes him strong is already a slave. His emotions jerk his mind like a leash around a wild dog's throat, pulling him into traps, into foolish words, into self-destruction. Marcus Aurelius saw through this illusion and crushed it without mercy. "The best revenge," he wrote, "is to be unlike him who performed the injury." The world is filled with weak men who believe that matching hatred with hatred, fire with fire, is strength. But it is not strength. It is infection. It is rot spreading from one soul to another. You must kill rage before it kills you. The moment you react in blind fury, you hand over your crown. You cease to be sovereign. You become ruled by the very worms you claim to despise. They insult you, and you respond like a puppet. They betray you, and you bleed energy into fantasies of revenge. They disrespect you, and you burn precious time and spirit proving something to creatures unworthy of your fire. Every second wasted in rage is a second stolen from your true work, the building of an unstoppable soul. You must become something more dangerous than a man who lashes out. You must become a man who absorbs insults, like the mountain absorbs the storm, unmoved, unbroken, unmoved by the petty chaos of the world. Rage wants to pull you into the mud. Rage wants you to drown in the filth of lesser men. When you rage, you kneel before the enemy's trap, and you tighten the chains around your own neck. Do not rage when betrayed. Build higher walls. Do not rage when insulted. Sharpen deeper weapons. Do not rage when delayed. Move faster, colder, more relentlessly. The moment you choose to remain calm, you rob your enemies of their victory. The moment you smile in the face of treachery, you deny them their control. The moment you walk through betrayal without bitterness, you become something they cannot defeat, because they no longer have access to your inner world. The herd believes that outward explosions of emotion prove strength. They are fools. True strength is internal. It is cold. It is disciplined. It is precise. It does not announce itself with shouting and wildness. It moves silently, relentlessly, reshaping reality without permission. When rage rises inside you, pause. Look at it like a strategist studies the enemy's movements. Recognize the bait. Recognize the trap. Recognize that your fire is precious and must never be wasted on fools who seek to provoke you into squandering it. Marcus Aurelius taught, when you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. The enemy's betrayal is a mirror. It shows you where your expectations were naive. It shows you where your defenses were weak. Use it. Learn from it. Harden yourself against it. But do not rage against it. That is energy spilled like blood onto the sand. The man who masters rage masters the battlefield of life itself. The man who kills anger before it takes root becomes a god moving through mortal storms. You are not here to match the weakness of your enemies. You are here to transcend them so utterly that their existence becomes irrelevant to your march. Anger is the assassin of reason. It creeps into the mind, not with the promise of strength, but with the poison of blindness. It clouds judgment. It blunts discipline. It turns kings into fools, warriors into clowns, builders into destroyers of their own legacy. Rage has felled empires more surely than any army. It has shattered brotherhoods, burned kingdoms, and left the ashes of great men scattered across history. And every time, every single time, it was because a man chose to serve his emotions instead of command them. You must live differently. You must treat rage like a virus that seeks to devour your soul from within. You must guard against it more fiercely than you guard against any external enemy, because rage is the enemy that knows your weaknesses intimately. It strikes when you are tired. It strikes when you are wounded. It strikes when your pride is pricked. It promises power, but delivers ruin. Marcus Aurelius moved through a world of betrayal, politics, war, and sickness, and yet his mind remained a fortress. Why? Because he understood that the only true battlefield is within. The outside world can betray, insult, and fail you. But unless you betray yourself by giving in to rage, you remain undefeated. When you are insulted, you choose your response. When you are attacked, you choose your reaction. When you are wounded, you choose whether the wound festers into weakness or hardens into armor. Nothing outside you commands your spirit unless you surrender the throne. This is why Marcus warned, choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. Rage is the mind choosing to be harmed. It is the spirit choosing to hand over its crown to the enemy. It is voluntary slavery to forces beneath you. You must become a creature the world cannot provoke. You must cultivate a soul so vast, so disciplined, so deeply rooted, that insults pass through you like ghosts through a mountain. You must be capable of smiling in the face of treachery, of moving forward through betrayal, without wasting a heartbeat on revenge or wounded pride. This is not softness. This is supreme strength. The soft man cries out at every offense. The savage man moves through fire without screaming. The soft man demands the world respect him. The savage man respects himself so completely that the world's respect is irrelevant. You must forge patience sharper than a sword. You must forge indifference to petty attacks as fiercely as you forge loyalty to your own code. You must become a citadel, immune to siege, unmoved by storms, untouched by the howling madness of lesser men. Understand this: every time you remain unmoved in the face of provocation, you grow stronger. Every time you deny rage a place at your table, you add a new layer of iron to your spirit. Every time you rule yourself when others lose themselves, you widen the distance between yourself and the herd, until you stand alone, a sovereign of your own destiny. You do not scream for vengeance. You do not rage for justice. You do not cry for pity. You move, clean, silent, unstoppable. This is the 19th doctrine of Marcus Aurelius. You kill rage before it kills you. You command your mind before the world commands it. You burn with a fire so disciplined, so pure, that even betrayal cannot tarnish it. You do not match the chaos of others. You do not mirror their weakness. You rise above it, leaving them howling in your shadow, powerless to touch the fortress you have built within yourself. And in the end, when the dust clears and the cowards have destroyed themselves, you remain calm, clear, crowned by the mastery of your own soul.